So, MCSR ranked playoffs started last weekend, and in the very first seed of the very first match between Big Mongey and Blazemind, there was a seemingly incidental decision that separated the players, and turned into a noticeable time loss for Blazemind. And I wanted to see which option was correct. See, after looting the shipwreck, both runners have 9 iron and 3 gold, which means they can make an iron pickaxe, bucket, flint and steel, and shears, and also a gold axe. But they can't make a shovel. So without any TNT, and underwater wood lights being so insanely inconsistent and unreliable that you'd never be able to use it in a match, how can our runners get flint to make their flint and steel? With a shovel, of course. But this raises the question, which shovel do you make? Do you employ the gold axe to get all your wood and get a wood shovel without any inconvenience? Or do you find some stone and go for a stone shovel, trading off an early time loss and banking on poor flint rates to gain time with the faster mining speed? Mongey, seeing the stone wall 5 blocks away from his tree, decides on the stone shovel, while Blazemind decides on a wood shovel, seeing as there is no stone in sight. However, this is a decision he may come to regret over the course of the 44 gravel the runners have to mine in order to get a singular flint. With the stone shovel mining gravel 0.2 seconds faster than a wooden one, every mined gravel saves time, which over average rates of 1 in 10 would save 2 seconds. However, mining the singular stone to make the shovel loses a raw 0.4 if it is exposed, as it was in this case. Or in the case where you have to dig down... Don't. Just don't. So looking at the shovel and flint, in this case Mongey initially loses 0.4 to mine the stone, plus another 2.5 seconds to run over and then craft, although it's actually a little more if you include the miscraft. Optimizing this so we aren't losing 3 seconds to getting 1 stone, leaves could have been sheared in this time, and the trees could have been mined fully, allowing the craft to happen at the same time as the boat and door crafts, as Blazemind does. So optimally you should only lose about 1.5 seconds getting the stone. So looking at the time saved and time lost, over average rates the stone shovel would save about 1 second under perfect circumstances. However, in this case, with an insane 1 for 44 flint rate, Mongey gets a beautiful 4 for 1 deal, saving 8.8 seconds on mining gravel, but of course still losing those 3 or so seconds getting the shovel, whereas Blazemind was able to fully overlap his shovel craft. Meaning that by the end of the overworld split, Mongey is in the nether 8 seconds before Blazemind, mostly off of the shovel, but partly also due to some mechanics and better routing, which you could argue includes the shovel if Mongey was aware of the exposed stone next to his tree and that he would need it for a shovel, and then chose to go there because of that. Another thing to take into account when seeing if we should always have a stone shovel here is the maximum time loss / gain. Now, I don't think ranked guarantees flint, so technically you could lose an infinite amount of time with the wood shovel, while the stone shovel can only lose the 0.4 for mining plus any running and non-overlapped crafting time, equaling out to a max of 3 seconds, since you do still save the 0.2 on mining that 1 gravel. And this is ignoring any future time save mining soul sand or soul soil on the way to the bastion, where the stone shovel yet again saves 0.2 per block. Ultimately, this was just a fun thought experiment regarding a routing decision that didn't really matter in the grand scheme of the seed, but at least now you know. On average, if you can get a stone shovel with less than a second of detour, then it is better than a wooden one. And while we're here, a wood shovel is twice as fast as your fist, so you should always be crafting one unless you know it's first try flint. Anyway, do the stuff for more analyses and informational videos. I'm currently working on a video about building nether portals, which won't be out for a while, and another 2 covering what to craft with each amount of iron and diamonds, taking into account different situations, and that should come out pretty soon. See ya.